Hi guys, it is Quynhforthewin, your self-love coach, your host of the Win with Women sessions, and your co-host of the Self-Love Exodus workshops. I'm also offering donation-based self-love sessions, so let me know if that is something that you need right now. So let's continue with a segment. It's about why self-love is so damn important, and it is because it helps you not only accept yourself for who you are, but it helps you accept others as they are. And what does that mean? It means not expecting them to be a certain way, not wishing and waiting for them to be a certain way. It's accepting for who they are and where they're at. And so how do we get there? Let's talk about self-love real quick. So I'm going to share my own personal story of how it got me to truly accept my parents for who they are. It's a tricky one, and we've come such a long way. So I will just say that my relationship with my parents has been rocky, disconnected, and basically non-existent. And it started, my earliest memory is middle school, because that's when I started getting into trouble. And that's when, we've had a lot of arguments, a lot of talking back, a lot of chaos and drama, and just, it was not a happy relationship at all whatsoever. And so let's just fast forward with the self-love journey and how this will help you to accept your parents for who they are. Because as we grow older, we have a lot of pains that we have collected along the way. And when I finally took a look at my pains and processed them through doing my self-love practices, there comes a point where I have the realization that I have pain projected onto a lot of people. That's what happens when we don't practice self-love. So I treated my family members, not only with my parents, but with my siblings as well, very badly. And looking back, the ultimate truth and realization is that I did not know any better. And why is that? What examples did I have around me to show me how to navigate through my own pains so that I'm not projecting it out to them? So think about that. We were truly doing our best the way that we could. And unfortunately, we do hurt people along the way. And through forgiving myself through that, and this is actually a really dark pain of mine, it goes to my shame and guilt. I go to it every single day, you guys. And this is why it's so important to get in that self-love, you guys, because it's forgiving myself. And when I have forgiven myself, I'm accepting more of who I am with my past and everything. And what helps me with that too is using that pain for good, because that's what keeps me going to my self-love practices every single day. Because if I don't, all of that will visit me and it will hold me down, and then I can no longer live the life that I desire to live, which is at peace. So with those realizations of that I was doing my best that I could, and I didn't have any examples to show me how to navigate through my own pain so I'm not pain projecting, I can ask those questions onto every single person that I have experienced pain with. So with my parents, I asked the same thing. Were they doing their best? Yes, they did. Number two, what examples? Did they have any examples around them to show them how to be a parent and how to deal with your rebellious teenager? Your children that are acting out, they're not acting like how you raised them. It's like, what's going on, how to communicate and really navigate through that. What examples did they have with them that they were around consistently to show them how to do that? So they did the best they could. They did. And so with that, I became less bitter towards them. I became more understanding of them, why they did what they did, because I was understand why I did what I did. And when we're unaware and we're not on the journey and we're not conscious of what we're actually doing, we are causing harm along the way. But that's why when we have that awareness and we have those realizations, it's power, you guys, because that pain, those realizations, you can use that for good. And so when we get to that place, we're going to start treating people in a different way. We're going to start reacting to them a different way, because now you're coming from a place of forgiveness, understanding, and compassion. So as your parents will start to experience this part of you, something else will open up. And I'm talking from my own personal experience. As I continued on my journey, I started to have space to respond back differently, to ask them questions about their life, and more detailed information started coming up about how they grew up, how they got here, the details of how they got here. My parents fled their country, got on a boat, hoping that they would land somewhere like that didn't lead to death, basically, landed on a refugee camp, and then ultimately came here to the US with nothing. And since then, I've been really, really having deep appreciation for what they've given me, truly. My parents are not perfect. No one's freaking perfect. But what this self-love journey has helped me with is to have more space to see all the good that they have done and not just focusing on how they've hurt me. So I'm very grateful with where I am today with my parents. I'm experiencing more genuine quality time. And actually, it's not just me understanding them, but it's them understanding me too. It's really crazy. And it has to start with you guys. And we have to be so committed, because as we clear up more space, we're making space to include other people into our lives. When we don't have the space to include people in our lives, it's because we are still hurt. And so we withdraw. We keep the distance. So with that said, you guys, let's continue with our self-love practices to accept ourselves so that we can learn to really accept the people in our lives. And from that, you will experience ultimate peace. So that is my segment for this episode. If you guys need any support, message me or click the link above. You will see all the offerings that I have going on. And again, this is Quynhforthewin, offering a safe space for you to be you so that you can express yourself. Because when you can, you are opening space to process your pains. And when you experience that, you are becoming your own best friend. All right, guys. Bye.